All right, so this picture is not exactly relevant, although it is. A YouTuber who I really like and stuff, she had said something about doing like a digital cleanse, basically just saying like I'm only going to be here, I'm only going to do this, I'm only going to do that, and there's a good reason to do that. All right, now, not necessarily to the same platforms, but or get rid of the platform for you. But here's the thing. There was an article. Like I used to be subscribed to this magazine, and there was an article about trying to get your music out there. You know, and with the internet and stuff. This was like the beginning of what you might think it's like now. Like it was like when we had MySpace and stuff, and it had really good like advice in my opinion, and I followed it and it helped. And it was basically saying to like don't spread yourself too thin on these platforms because you simply there's only so much time in a day, and you can I mean what are you gonna do? Sit there and post everywhere? Now, I think in today's world, that advice still applies, but maybe have a few dormant accounts in these different places so that if you get banned or something like that, or that platform disappears or whatever, you have alternatives, to reach whatever audience you want to reach. Um, but it was very telling to me because it said basically pick, it listed like 5 or 6 places to upload your music, you know, and you have to engage with the audience, you know, if anybody like comes by and says they like it and stuff. And so you don't want to be like everywhere because you just simply won't be able to manage it, especially when you're just somebody producing music by yourself. Like you're not on some record label, etc. So, yeah, I would agree. That is a good idea. But what platforms you choose is up to you, and what suits your, you know, like for me, the problem with me is Twitter. Like I'm addicted to it. And it was like that before. Like when I got banned from Twitter, after I think I got like rounded up in the whole like they thought I was like a person, Trump person or whatever. I was trolling them, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they reported me. I got banned. And post Musk on Twitter, I went back and it's like it was weird. It was like the band's back together. It was very strange. Um, because like some of this, like they immediately knew it was me. There's a guy. I swear to God, there's a guy who knows it's me by how I type. Yeah, and we've talked about that, and he shouted me out on a podcast. Yeah, very interesting person. Yeah, so I'm kind of addicted to Twitter. That's why I limit it to certain times of the day or whatever. But that was the ironic part. I was using Twitter to try to promote music, and I wasn't really getting anywhere. But after the coronavirus struck, I just started speaking my mind, and then next thing you know, I had like 2,000 followers plus or something. I forget. And yeah, and then I had some tweet that went. It was a tweet about Mr. Potato Head, and it went like completely viral. And yeah, it just you know people DM'd me and said, "Well, don't forget us." It was kind of we're just joking. Um, so but anyway, Yeah, I only bring up the picture of Future Music because they were the people that gave me the advice to like, they put out that advice like, hey, you can only like handle two or three platforms. So like if you're making music, SoundCloud, YouTube, I don't know. There might be a couple others, but you don't want to be like on 12 of them. Now, there's a caveat to this. There are people who are streamers and they have like software where they have everything plugged in, and I know a couple of them, and like personally, kind of. Well, yeah, they they what they do is they have it like when they go live, it's on everything, and so they'll have like five or six places, and I don't know how they handle that, but I don't think that's for everybody. It's really more of a streamer thing, as far as instead of like a content creator YouTube thing. That's a little different. It's really interesting though because they'll do that. They'll publish. Well, not publish. They're just live on you know five different places at the same time, and they almost have it in a push button way. But just thought I'd put that one out there.